Socially and maturing into the young adults that are ready for the challenges that are ahead. As we get our program started today, I'm going to invite all of the students who are participating in the program to come sit in the front of the auditorium to be ready, and invite our MCs to come up and get our program started.
Hello, Lakewood students and families. I'm Gayatri.
And I'm Shayna, and we're your MCs for today's celebration.
I wanted to make a joke about sodium, but nah.
Now we can all agree that this year in April wasn't easy as pie.
But we can't make up the drama because we aren't Shakespeare.
So much has happened this year, but that's all history.
Now starting off, we have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Matt Cost and Laura Gritz. Please stand up.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Matt and Laura, for a great start to our celebration. And now we have Olivia Savinsky singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Now we welcome Dr. Jones for some opening remarks.
Welcome everyone, friends, families, teachers, and 8 Gold students. Today we're here to honor 8 Gold, to celebrate the amazing growth we've seen in just 2 short years. You were different people back in September of 2017. You've been changed by the things you've learned and experienced these past 2 years. When you arrived here for your first open house 2 years ago, we talked about some of the things you might be worried about. Will I get lost? Are the teachers nice? Will I have someone to sit with at lunch? Will I get too much homework? Back then, you eventually found your way around and you connected with many teachers and you staked your claim on your seat in the cafeteria and worked your way through those times when it seemed like you had mountains of homework. Yet, all of those worries that you felt coming here to Oak are likely some of the very same that you might now be feeling as you say goodbye to the familiar middle school and enter that unfamiliar world of high school. Your families, your teachers, your friends, we all know that change often brings apprehension, but it also brings opportunity and growth. And we know that you're ready. We know this because we spent the last 2 years helping you to navigate the ups and downs that come with change and growth. While we worked every day to recognize and celebrate you for who you are, we've also pushed you and challenged you to what we know you can be. This is always a balance we try to achieve every day. And sometimes you didn't take it so well. It was hard, it was uncomfortable, the adults just don't understand, and you may have found yourself saying over and over to yourself, why do we have to show all of our work in math? Why do we have to do a gazillion revisions in ELA? Why do we have to write down every single little detail in those science labs? And why do we have to do another project in social studies? Finally, my favorite, why do we have to wash tables after lunch? The answer to these questions is both very simple, yet quite complex. And the answer is because it all matters. It matters because the world that we're preparing you for needs to be one where attention to detail shows that you care. Where being an active participant in caring for your community is your personal responsibility. We're demonstrating that you've worked hard to achieve something. This shows you have integrity. And we're being honest about yourself shows you recognize that you and all of us are far from perfect, and we're open to learning to be better. These things really matter. One of the ways we've worked to instill this in you is through our daily words of wisdom. Every day you've heard these tidbits of advice from wise individuals whose words have spanned the ages and have addressed the challenges of developing strong personal character, where choices presented to us daily require us to dig deep inside ourselves, to sometimes show kindness in the face of cruelty, perseverance when we just really, really want to give up, gratitude sometimes when we're facing disrespect, and courage when we're afraid. These are the qualities that really matter. These are the things that will define who you are and how you will go about creating your future. These words of wisdom are not just the preaching of adults who know everything to kids who don't. These are the words of those who have taken risks, those who have failed more times than one can count and finally succeeded, and those who have really learned that the fleeting pleasures of instant gratification really pales in comparison to the triumph of achieving something you've worked toward for a long, long time. These are the words of those whose example teaches us life's lessons that really matter. I hope that these 2 past years you've listened to these words and recognized that wisdom comes from learning to navigate the ups and downs of life. It's those choices that you make in those moments of life's ups and downs that will define you. It's these choices that matter. And there it is, that word, choice. That phrase that you hear every day The choice is yours. No matter what we, your friends, family, teachers want from you, for you, there's only one way you're going to be successful, and that is to choose to be. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "In the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. The process never ends, and the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility." You see, things happen around us every day. Maybe you have a teacher who's really, really tough. Maybe you have an argument with your parents or a sibling. Maybe someone spread a rumor about you. These kinds of things are going to happen. And when they do, try to recognize that one thing you do have control over is yourself. You can choose to have your life dictated by all those events swirling around you, or you can choose to learn from these encounters and move forward that much wiser. The choices you make matter, and you have many opportunities to make meaningful choices every day. So as you move on to high school, you will experience those inevitable ups and downs that come with growing up. I ask you to think of the choices you have and make them count. Next year, Mr. Yonker and I will be right here with a new group of 7th graders. But next year, you move on and embark on that wonderful journey through high school. My hope for you is that while you were here at Oak, you've learned that you have a tremendous amount of power in the choices you make. And when you're faced with a challenge, you're going to remember this. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. I will miss you, 8 Gold. Best of luck in all you do.
Thank you for that, Dr. Jones. Now we have Deeksha Sriram and Simran Kakkar with some congratulatory remarks.
Hey everyone, my name is Simran Kakkar, and I've had the privilege this year to be on 8 Gold. I recall the long and painful hours of refreshing Power School over and over again to figure out my faith for the coming school year. And despite past alumni's concerns, I was actually happy to be on 8 Gold. Fast forward to August 28th, 2018, the first day of school. Everyone felt isolated from each other. However, the first time I really felt like we were all a team was when we traveled to Teamworks in September, several weeks later. Throughout the day, we tackled various activities that required us to come together and collaborate. Roughly a month after that, some of us took on the challenge of climbing Mount Monadnock. The mud stains from my shoes eventually did fade, but the memories will stay with me forever. The trials and tribulations of climbing that mountain brought us all closer, as it taught us to work together and watch out for one another through tough times. Speaking of tough times, remember all of those projects that we did in social studies? Yeah, so Mr. Allen used that annoying name picker thingy to make our groups. Before we all attack Mr. Allen, let me say thank you. Thank you for putting us in random groups, because as a result of that, we have made so many new friends and met new people. We learned to work with people we were not used to, so thank you. You're one of my 4 favorite teachers. And math. The acronym for math is mistakes allow thinking to happen. Miss Young believes that all of us can figure out whatever is put in front of us as long as we put our mind to it. Like she said in the beginning of the school year, quote unquote, there's no such thing as a math person. Not only that, but she accepts each mistake we made while also helping us to learn and grow from them. And then there's Mrs. Gilpin's science class, which allowed us to think creatively and outside of the box during labs. We discovered countless new things together.
Hi everyone, my name is Deeksha Sriram, aka the one that's been standing here to the side awkwardly for the past few minutes. And speaking of tough times, the medieval research paper was nothing less. The painful, tedious, and stressful task of researching and writing 15 paragraphs worth of quality information was quite a struggle. But even editing each other's papers brought us together as a team, and no matter how ridiculous that may sound, it's true. We helped each other learn and grow with feedback, and we helped each other improve. In fact, Mr. Pizzuto's class in general, although quite nerve-wracking, helped us bond. The group discussions that were held for every few chapters of Under the Symmetry or Fahrenheit 451, while at first being used as a competition to see who could talk the most, turned into genuine discussions about the book and our interests. And what would our team be without Mr. Waite, Miss Lyons, Miss Sandy, and Miss Menard? Their wonderful support assisted us with working through every complex problem and solution, whether it be in class or something throughout team. Although I don't think I experienced anything quite as treacherous but rewarding as the Walk for Hunger that took place several weeks ago in Boston. Even though our feet ached like there was no tomorrow, we ended it with smiles and cheerful laughs. Our team raised over $9,000 for this worthwhile cause. We took advantage of the whole 20 miles that we had with each other and treated an amazing day by putting our phones away and just talking with each other. And now here we are, ending the year together as a team. What a crazy and amazing year. And next year, when we walk into high school as freshmen, whether we're attending Shrewsbury High, Assabet, St. John's, or a different school, we'll always be a team. We can make it a great year or not. The choice is always ours. Thank you.
Thank you, Deeksha and Simran. I know I could definitely relate to that. Moving on, we welcome Fantasy Impromptu by Elena Lee.
recognition by the team teachers.
Could my homeroom please rise and go to the risers? Madison Abashana. Elsa Almeida. Anjali Amin. Tiffany Esuman. Tejas Balaji. Shawnee Balojan. Abigail Bell. Timothy Bell. Matthew Berquist. Brendan Biendo. Rasheel Beast. Seamus Callahan. Jenny Chow. Isabella Sirio. Mia Sincata. Caitlin Colby. Kyle Dagnall. Barbara Machado. Courtney Davis. Isabelle D'Souza. Sylvia Dempsey. James DiPilato. Dima Jatova. Alexander Dooley. And Shalom Dos Santos. Congratulations and best of luck to my homeroom. You guys can go ahead and take a seat.
I would like to welcome my homeroom up to the prizes, please. I would like to congratulate the following students: Matt Frost, Jasmine Fu, Jacob Furman, Noah Garvin, Laura Grants, Jack Gregory, Monica Butalapalli, Emma Haley, Josh Ham, Charlie Henricks, Ian Hurd, Shrita Kalikiri, Patrick Kalil, Serena Kansra, Maya Kazbekar, Ahmed Kawas, Simran Kakur, Samuel Kakur, Safa Khan, Ryan Kinsky, Gayatri Kandavati, Smriti Krishnaswamy, Sahiti Pura, Jenna Leduc, Elena Lee, and Harley Thrush. Congratulations, homeroom. Best of luck to you next year.
Will my homeroom please rise? Congratulations to the following students. Shayna Linegay, Peter Lucier, Kylie McDonald, Rohit Monathay, Carter Marks, Kate Marshall, Catherine Martin, Anaya Maraj, Anthony Maroli, Ethan Messick, Jonathan Milani, Lucy Millar, Samir Knight, Jason Nickerson, Sergey Namagataya, Raheem Narada, Catherine O'Brien, Abigail O'Toole, Robin Oxley with Westwood, Hirsch Patel, Samuel Pagola, Kimberly Fun, Aria Rum, Congratulations, class. It's been a pleasure. All right, my homeroom. Let's roll. Dylan Flood. Julian Moses. Fayez Ram. Olivia Sadinsky. Nicole Shan. Owen Simpson. Jaya Singh. Arjun Sivagamanathan. Shyam Sivasubramanian. Daniel Sowardi. Anas Bahid. Emilius Bahid. Diksha Sriram. Gautam Subramaniam. Rosie Taylor. Colin Tebow. Nancy Tien. Kiara Trom. Jada Warburton. Joe Weiser. TJ Welch. Maya Welland. And the guy who will wait 400 names before his gets called at high school, Justin Zuno. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate the 8 gold class of 2018-2019.
Love you, Fires.
Next, we have Seamus Callahan, the president of the class 2023.
It's a little tight, give me a second. All right, before we get started, here's a throwback for everybody. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, 8 gold. I hope you've all been having a good time here so far. First of all, let's have a round of applause for all of the student committee members and all the people who got up on stage today. They have all put in their best effort to make this the best celebration that they possibly could. on to the actual speech. So, I know it's insane to think about, but we are living out our last days as middle schoolers. Soon, we will be hurtling off towards high school to begin the journey of mapping out our lives and discovering who we want to be. And I know you're all nervous, and that's okay. But I want everyone here to remember two things. Firstly, everyone is just as nervous as you. Because at the end of the day, in this insane world, no one has any idea what we're doing. Not the sophomores, nor the juniors, nor the seniors, nor the adults, though they of course have you believe otherwise. The emperor has no clothes, and the president has no stage. And second, I want you to remember that you are not alone, because you will have friends, no family, on this team. Over the course of this year, we have come closer and closer together, to the point where I believe we can be considered family. But we need to remember that family has each other's back through thick and thin, and watches out for one another, no matter what happens. So, next year, in order to make our SHS community the best it can be, act like family. Watch out for one another, and have each other's backs. And finally, I just want to have a round of applause for all of our fabulous teachers this year. Oh yeah. Alright, because you guys have done such an amazing job preparing us for high school and helping us become the people we are going to grow up to be. So thank you so much. Alright, I'm excited for a year of fighting for the future with all of you. Thank you very much.
That was great, Seamus. Now for the Principal Award, Dr. Jones.
And for the Assistant Principal's Award, Mr. Younger.
And we have the Team Subject and Leadership Awards.
All right, the ELA award is going to two students who got me to stretch my thinking and wrote some very impressive pieces this year. Seamus Callahan, who you might have heard a word or two from recently, and Maya Welland.
And we have an additional ELA award going to an emerging writer, aspiring journalist, and a student whose life dream is to end world hunger, and that goes to Jada C. Ward. So I want to present the award for achievements in my mathematics class for students that both had excellent academic achievement as well as showed an enthusiasm and a passion for math. And those students are Jacob Furman, and Jasmine Fu. Math Award is for a student who also shows enthusiasm and passion in and out of the classroom by completing over 12,298 Math IXL problems this year. This goes to Gotham Superman.
In the area of social studies, we are proud of all of you today, but two students we want to especially recognize in the area of social studies would be Rachel Biss and Elena Lee.
I would like to recognize two outstanding STEM students in science that demonstrated excellence inside and outside the classroom. I would like to welcome Sujay Nimagata and Sahiti Kura.
All right, I am lucky enough to present the Spirit Award for 8 Gold this year. With everything that we've had going with Spirit Weeks and things like that, these two individuals really stepped up and led our team in those departments, and that would be Kylie McDonald and Kira Throm. I'm also lucky enough to present the Team Leadership Award. These two students have really shown and demonstrated throughout the entire year everything that we as teachers have really wanted to instill, and they've taken it upon themselves and really led our entire team. And those two individuals would be Olivia Savinsky and Jack Gregory.
I have the pleasure of presenting the Assistant Principal Awards, who are students nominated by their team who have made the most academic progress over the course of the year. And those go to Lucy Millar and Jonathan Milani.
And lastly, I have the pleasure of announcing the winners of the Principal's Award, which is awarded to students for overall academic achievement. And the Principal's Award goes to Tejas Balaji, Inaya Mirage.
Now we will present the slideshow created by the Slideshow Committee.
I think everyone can agree that no one expected April to be the experience it was.
Some were expecting mountains of homework and harsh deadlines, which in some cases were true.
But it prepared us for high school, and most of us learned a thing or two.
And we owe it all to our amazing teachers.
So can our lovely teachers please come up to accept a small gift from us in return for all they have done?
I wasn't sure if I was really supposed to get up yet. I wasn't even introduced by the MCs. Congratulations, 8 Gold. You did an awesome job planning and executing your celebration. As you leave Oak, this is a couple words from you as you leave Oak. To begin the next great adventure of your life, remember the lessons you've learned here. Some Some great lessons and some a little more painful than others, but all great lessons to be learned. You will change the world with your passion and your ideas, and I have confidence in that. If you've had a great year, ride that wave and continue that. If you've had not such the best year, learn from those mistakes and move on. You've got to always have a fresh start for next year. Dr. Jones, Ms. Lencioni, Ms. Candelaria, and I all wish you happiness and success in high school and beyond. Congratulations to the 8 Gold team. This concludes our celebration today. I just have a couple words of procedure for now. The students are going to exit the auditorium during the recessional and they will go get their belongings. Parents and family, if you would wait here for them to come back, you may take them home with you, if you so choose. You may leave them here to go ride the bus if you would like to. They are welcome to come home with you. So if you will just wait here while they go do that, that would be great. Enjoy the summer and best of luck in high school, April.
Say